everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Story Time with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. Okay, this one is called Talk to Talk. Can you walk the walk? Yes. This was set back. This was back in the mid '80s, mid '80s or something like that. I was I was working at UPS. Okay, I was working at UPS, and I was a high value clerk. Okay, high value clerk. High value clerk is when you go to a trailer to get a package that's high value. With it's got a red sticker on it, a red sticker, bright red. You get that package, and it you get a fax, and it tells you where the high value is in the trailer. You get the package out, and then everybody can continue taking their stuff out. But until you say so, they can't take stuff out that trailer. So you're going to get the high value package, and then they take it out. Okay, yeah, So I was getting packages and stuff like that. So I was real quick. That's why they hired me, because I would run. I would literally run with the package to the outbound trailer, and then it'll go somewhere else. But I would put it in a specific place in the back of the trailer, and then I would fax it over to the next person. So that's how it goes. Well, anyway, after I got my packages, all my high value packages for the day, and I didn't have no more. So I was bending down, writing on a shipping label on a box. I was bending down, writing on the box. And I had a supervisor standing over me. He was looking down at me while I was writing. And I don't know if you seen one. It's like a conveyor belt. And it was up high, too. It was up high. It was a conveyor belt. And they have alarms on each one. So just in case a box get crossway, and the boxes jam up tall, so no boxes will fall. But you can turn the alarm off. You used to can turn the alarm. I don't know. I think they did away with turning the alarm off. Well, so uh, anyway, there was a jam. So the boxes, one, it was a long box that got crossway on the belt, and the belt was up high. So they kept building up, building up, building up, building up, building up, and then one box fell and hit my supervisor on the head, hit his head. But it happened to be a box of ball bearings. If you know what ball bearings are, they're little bitty things like this, but they steel. And I'm telling you, it was like a thousand of them in a box. So that box had to weigh like 40 pounds. So it fell down and hit his head, and then it hit his head, fell off his head, and hit me in the small of my back. Brought me down to the ground. I fell to the ground. But I was bending down already, so I didn't fall that far. But my supervisor got hit on his head, and he fell to the ground. And I jumped up immediately, and tried to help him, because he was bleeding out the ears and out of his nose. So it was obvious some damage, some damage to his brain or something. I think it cracked his skull. So then when the ambulance got there, they were taking him away. They took me down for observations to the hospital. And they asked me, they said, "How's your back feeling? How's your back feeling?" And I had a big bruise on my back. I said, "No, the box just hit me on my back." I said, "I'm all right." My back is a little sore, from the thing. So they told me to take some ibuprofen and just go home. Go home. And then they scheduled me for therapy. So after that, so I got in the car and I drove home. So I was driving home, and I didn't experience no pain, no pain, except it felt like somebody punched me. So my back was sore, a little bit. So when I got home, I was getting my stuff out the car. I had a bag with some stuff in it. So I was opening the door, and I went to stand up. Oh my goodness. It was pain, man. Pain. I can tolerate a lot of pain, like a backache and stuff like that. That's nothing to me. But it hits different when it's excruciating pain, okay? Yeah. Yeah, it was excruciating pain. So then later on I went back to the doctor the next day, and I was barely walking then. I was barely walking. I was like walking like an old man. And they told me I had a herniated disc, okay? One of my discs was herniated. So I went back home, and they gave me some muscle relaxants, but I didn't want to take them. I don't like muscle relaxants. So I got home, and I laid down, and when I tried to get up, it was gone. It was gone. I had a tingling sensation in my legs, and every time I tried to sit up, it was excruciating pain. Pain shooting down my legs, shooting down the back of my legs, the front of my legs, and I couldn't understand it. So I stayed in the bed. So I stayed in the bed for about maybe a month almost, and it wasn't getting better. It wasn't getting better. So I started feeling depressed. I was feeling depressed. Now the job, keep in mind, the job was still paying me. They still was paying me because I got hurt on the job. So they were still paying me, and they paid for my therapy sessions and everything like that. So it was terrible. So then I started thinking that I probably won't walk again. And I was feeling bad, man. And my daughter kept coming to me. She said, "Daddy, what's the matter with your legs? What's the matter with your back?" She was asking questions and stuff, and I tried to explain it to her as best as I could. I told her, if your back get hurt, sometimes your legs don't work, okay? Because your brain sends a signal down your spine to your legs, and your legs won't work. And she said, "Oh." So one day, my daughter stayed home from school. She stayed home with me. So I said, "Well, I'm sorry." She said, "Dang, I want to go to school." I said, "Oh yeah, why?" She said, "Because I got an assembly today." I said, "Oh." So I said, "Get daddy's pants. I'm gonna take you." And she ran, got my pants and stuff like that. So I was laying down, and I forced myself to get up. I forced myself. I was broke through the pain. I just said, "Forget it." I sat up, tried to get my legs in the pants and get them up and stuff like that. And I buckle them, and I forced myself up to a standing position, and it was excruciating pain, excruciating. But I still was walking, so I couldn't stride out. I couldn't stride out when walking. I had to walk like this. I had to shuffle. So I made it to the bathroom, and when I looked in the mirror, I couldn't even recognize myself. My face had blowed up like fat. I had hair all over up here and stuff like that. So I said, "Oh my God." I looked totally different. So I shaved and stuff like that, and I kind of cut my hair. Well, I had hair then. I had to cut my hair, and I said, "Come on, let's go." So I got about my daughter by the hand, and we went out the front door. I took a long time to get down the stairs. So I shuffled down the stairs, and we made it down the stairs, and then I started walking. So it was the school was 2 blocks away, 2 blocks away. So it took us every bit of an hour to get 2 blocks, but I made it. Okay, I made it, and I in the back of the assembly, and even the teachers came to me. They say, "Mr. Harton, what's the matter? You came? How did you come out of get out the house like that?" I said, "She need to come to assembly, so I brought her here." So he said, "Okay." So she got up there, and I don't know what it wasn't Christmas. I forget what it was about, man. But they were singing up there, and it brought tears to my eyes when she was up on stage singing. So I was standing in the back because I could not sit down. If I sat down, it would have been excruciating pain getting up. I would say, "Arr!" I was been yelling, getting ready to get up, so I couldn't sit down. So I stood up the whole, like it was 30 minutes. So after that, everybody clapped and everything, and then me and my daughter went home. Okay, so in a sense, my daughter is the one that broke me out of that trance that I was in. So after that, I got back home, and I was in excruciating pain, man. So I had to lay down again, and it was terrible, man. But a couple of days after that, I was I was making us. I was trying to create a rap song because I used to rap too. So I was creating a song, and I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it because of the injury and stuff like that. So I finally finished the song. I got up and finished it, and then my brother came over, and I was playing the song for him. And he said, "Oh wow, that's straight, man. Play that again. Play it again." So I played it again, and when I played it again, I got a back spasm, and I'm telling you, it was like my back was all bunched up like this. It was a knot in my back. It was so excruciating that I went to the ground. I went to the ground, and I was down on the ground. My brother didn't know what to do. He was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" I said, "No, no, 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 no." And then all of a sudden, it started going away. It started going away, and then I got up. I said, "Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now." They said, he said, "You okay, man?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm okay." And it's been straight ever since. I don't know, but when I got that back spasm, everything came into place. I don't know if something knocked that herniated disc back in or something, but when I got up, I was straight, no more pain. So I was scared to lay down because I knew I was thinking when I tried to get up, it was going to be painful again. But it wasn't. But it was still a little stiff, but it was okay. So after that, I had a new lease on life. I wasn't a hole, or and stuff like that. I had a new lease on life. Life meant a lot. The simple things like walking, going to the store, jogging, running, all of that. It all came to me then. It all came to me. So I start trying to do better. Do better. I start trying to embrace everything in life, you know. So so after that it was okay. It was okay. But I quit down there at UPS. But it 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 made me take life seriously then. especially walking, using my hands, talking, all of this, you know. Yes. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. All right. Peace. Adios.
Salamat!